The Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II has officially resumed the Otumfuo Mediation Process, a significant initiative aimed at resolving the long-standing Bawku conflict. And with heavy security presence and high expectations, plus many comprising of the persons who are actually looking out from afar, and the security analysts as well weighing in on this matter, there's a lot that remains at stake. Let's cross over to our Northern Regional Bureau Chief Williams Nkum, who's been lurking that's the Otumfuo's official residence, that is Mesha Palace, where we understand this meeting has been taking place right now. William, appreciate you joining us. What more do we know about this day one of the Otumfuo mediation process resumption?
Well, so the Asantehene met the two fielding parties. He first met the Mampusis. That meeting lasted for just about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and then they left. Then after 30 to 1 hour time, the Kusasis also met the Asantehene. That also lasted for a while. Now, tomorrow, Asantehene will be meeting the two fielding parties, and then on Thursday, there will be another meeting with the two fielding parties. Alfred, like I've said, we still don't know. I mean, information has been very, very expensive from the auditorium. No one knows what is being discussed. No one has an information. Military, police, personnel who are detailed inside the auditorium are not allowed to carry their phones along. So information has been very, very expensive. We still do not know whether there's going to be any briefing on Thursday, which the last meeting will be held for the two fielding parties, because they are coming together again on Thursday. We still do not know whether there's going to be we are just managing, or we are just observing from afar. But I can tell you that security has been heightened and information has been very, very expensive.
I see. Talking about the expensive nature of information, so for the benefit of those on Facebook, you can also join us at 3FM927 on Facebook. We're streaming live right now, live videos from the Mesha Palace, where a heavy security was saying there with the police armored vehicles, the entrance, and also some heavy presence of the military and the police there. Now, William, tell us some of the persons in this meeting that you have spotted, if there's any.
Well, so leadership, normally they enter with Land Cruiser, not transparent, very opaque. You're not likely to see the individuals in there, especially the leadership. But we understand that these are high-profile leadership, or persons who are directly involved in the peace process. I'm unable to tell you whether the Nairi is part of the entourage or the Bawku is part of the entourage, because I didn't see them. I didn't see their face. Even their followers also are unable to tell us. Even one of them told me that the Bawku was around, the Nairi too was around, but I did not see them, as in person. Now, some natives of Bawku that are engaged, they are happy that this mediation is taking place, and they are so much optimistic, or this express optimism that Asantehene will be able to resolve matter, because peace is something that they've been striving for some time now. One guy that who is from the Mampusi faction told me 5 years. It's something that they've been looking for, and then they are hopeful that Thursday they should find lasting peace. Another person from Kusasi also told me that they are brothers. It is just misunderstanding that has ensued between brothers. So they are also optimistic that Asantehene will be able to bring finality to this particular impasse, because they are not happy that there's a lot of bloodshed in Bawku and its environs.
I see. And how about the outside the Mesha Palace as well? Any indication of persons who hail from this area also coming in as a sign of support, or the security agencies have been very clear on their instructions on exactly what has to be happening outside the perimeter of the Mencha Palace?
Well, of course, I mean, they've been coming in numbers to support. For instance, the Mampusi's numbers were very, were below, but the Kusasi came in their numbers. A number of them came around. So that was it. But they had some numbers to support them. I'm talking about leadership of the two feuding factions.
William, appreciate you for this. And Williams Nkum is our Northern Bureau Chief. He is currently outside of the Mencha Palace right now, and we're showing you videos of what's happening in terms of the security presence at the Mencha Palace as we speak. If you go on our Facebook page at 3FM927, Williams Nkum together with the team there, making sure that we have an idea of at least the security situation there at the Mencha Palace on day one of the resumption of the Otumfuo Mediation Process, a significant initiative aimed at resolving the long-standing Bawku chieftaincy conflict. Dr. George Amo is Executive Secretary of the National Peace Council. He's joining us as well. Dr. Amo, appreciate your time and hearing at least the atmosphere there at the Mencha Palace, and then also the level of optimism that these persons who are outside of the Mencha Palace are also there giving the people who are in there the support. What are your expectations of today and beyond?
Yes, Alfred, good evening. I think this is most welcoming news. Probably for those in peace building, the most refreshing news for this month. The month is ending tomorrow. And I've been hearing from your reporter the optimism that both sides are showing are good signals for the mediation process to start at a good note. I think their voices that we've heard, I expect that they are a reflection of the site, and that is very positive for any mediation process. I want to use the occasion to commend Otumfuo, commend government, commend all those who have played a key role in bringing this process to this point. I think very significant. I just want to encourage that they approach this process with the expectation that it will work. They should approach the process with trust, in the whole system, because without it, that will be very difficult. Because you don't gain. Nobody has gained, Alfred. I'm not sure either side can claim some gains out of this protracted conflict. There have been losses instead. So it's an opportunity that has been presented to not only the people of Bawku, but all of us as Ghanaians to once and for all find closure to this intractable conflict. I think it's very positive, and we thank you. The media must also help in the process. Every communication regarding this must be done with utmost interest of the country at heart. If we're able to do this, my brother, if we get Bawku right, we'll get a lot of things right for our country, Ghana.
See, and in getting it right, what in your view should the approach be? Because this is not the first time we're going on this path of trying to get the both sides to sit and talk. What should be done differently this time around?
Yes, I expect that whatever that is said and done shall be recorded, and recorded well. I expect that there should be a communique, probably after every session. A short one, not the details of being communicated, but to give signals as to how the progress is going on. I expect that this should be a closed-door meeting. It shouldn't be open to to all of us from the beginning. We should be able to contain any external factors. That will be very helpful. And I said that probably we begin with mediation, but along the line, we can escalate it to arbitration if the mediation doesn't give us the expected results, outcomes we're all looking for. And I expect that we all continue to pray. Ghana is a country of prayer. Christians, Muslims, whatever. Let us back the process with prayer for Otumfuo and his team for the site. And I expect that the youth would avoid any statement at this point. Please don't go out and make any statement. I expect that we would avoid going on media platforms, either the social media or the print media, to make commentaries on a sensitive process like what is happening. And when we're able to contain ourselves, my brother Alfred, we'll get it right.
And containing ourselves is why I bring in Richard Kumadoe, is a foreign security consultant. Indeed, also has been looking at this quite closely over the years and how things have played out. And Mr. Kumadoe, what measures should be put in place in getting persons in this conflict to restrain themselves while this mediation talks takes place?
Definitely, first thing, the security agencies will have to be on a high alert so that any element of surprise can be curtailed. To the extent that we do not know the total number of persons the Mensia mediation team has invited from Bawku from both sides, they might send representations, or they themselves, the key figures, might want to make this distance for themselves. And it is time for some military groups or armed groups to take advantage of the vacuum. And I expect the military officers and the security officers in general to be on the lookout so that we could curtail any insurgencies or any element of surprise. If they are able to do that, that will help the process. And that will also build confidence for people to make the journey as many times as possible.
And then also, in what form should this mediation take, especially because this is not the first time we're going on this path in resolving or trying to resolve this Bawku conflict?
It has been confirmed, or it has come to stay, that the Mensia Asantehene-led mediation is a viable option. And that is why everybody cried for it. We will only hold our figures up and pray that the tone and the early processes will give the mediators and all parties involved some level of hope, knowing that between yesterday and the 1st of May, whatever might have happened will give them a clear cut or a way out as to what the subsequent processes will be. In mediation, objectivity, frankness, honesty, and boldness is what sets the tone. And I have no doubt that Asantehene, who has led this mediation in some other capacities for a very long time, they will put up a team that meets the challenge. And that is the prayer we have to pray, that the initial stages will be comprehended by almost everybody involved in this particular matter.
I appreciate your time on this, and I thank you very much. And also, just stay with me a bit. And we lost Richard Kumadoe on the telephone, and I appreciate you for joining us as well on this matter. Also, thank you as well, Dr. George Amo, Executive Secretary of the National Peace Council. Thank you for your thoughts on this. It's live here on Hot.